I'm going to begin by just telling you a little bit about the course and how did this course actually get created. It's kind of an interesting story. I had a 20-year career in international business before starting my own business in 2007. And in that career, I had many teleconferences with people. And I found when I was one-on-one, things were great. But as soon as we got 3 or more, it just wasn't very efficient. It was hard. We were either over-talking each other or not participating at all. I could tell a lot of people were checked out doing other things. And I couldn't figure out how to make a good agenda. I felt really dissatisfied. And I didn't know. What happened was in 2008, Esther May and I met virtually because we took a course together, a pre-conference session for the International Association of Facilitators, led by Julia Young in San Francisco. It was fantastic. And it absolutely changed my image of what is possible virtually. We got so close in, I think it was 3 sessions, that when we met finally at the conference, we all had to go out to dinner together. We had to meet each other face to face. We were so excited. And it was like we were old friends. So I learned you can actually connect and create relationship virtually. And I thought, okay, this is different. I have to figure out how to do this. So the ToP methods, as you all know, are fabulous methods. They're these visual methods that get people so engaged. And we've had a team of people researching for the last 3 years. We've actually spent thousands of research hours and thousands of dollars, I have to say, buying technology. We've tested so many technologies, you can't even believe it. But we've narrowed it down to about the top 10. What are the best top 10 for building really engaging collaborative meetings that are not outrageously priced? Some of them are really outrageously priced, but these are really affordable tools that really work. So we're very excited to bring that to you. And we've been able to figure out how to make the ToP methods work. So that's what you're going to be learning during these 3 days. So what I would like to do is give you the agenda. What are we doing over these 3 days? The first day, we're going to be learning about focused conversation, the really rock-solid focused conversation. How do you do that well virtually? There's a variety of ways. Today we're going to learn one of the ways that you can do it. And we're going to use a tool called Maestro Conference, which is an audio, very rich audio tool. You can make breakout rooms. And the pattern that we'll do is you'll always get a demonstration first, so you really experience what the participants experience. Then you're going to do an exploration with partners around the room, learning about it. And then you're going to go to your computers and do a learning lab, a guided learning lab where you learn all about the tool. Then you do a rehearsal with a partner, and that's where you bring the method and the tool together and see how they mesh and practice. Practice is very important in virtual. Then the last thing is you will actually, in pairs, be facilitating a focused conversation with the other teams. And it's really through that the most learning actually happens. So that's how we culminate the day. And then on day 2, we'll do consensus workshop, another core foundational method of ToP. And there we're going to apply it to GoToMeeting, which is actually a very simple tool and lovely because it is so simple. But you can do this very complex method in it called consensus workshop and make it relatively easy for participants. On day 3, we're going to do a new thing that we have created. It's kind of a hybrid between focused conversation and consensus workshop. We call it themed conversation. And it's something quicker than a consensus workshop, but a little bit more in-depth than focused conversation, and easier to execute virtually than a consensus workshop. So you'll end up using it a lot. And actually, I do a lot of work with Kristen at Cargill, and we're actually doing themed conversations all the time in our work. So it's a very nice pattern for you to learn, a very useful pattern. And so we're going to try on day 2 to get through the first one by the afternoon so that we can pick up the demo with Adobe Connect and themed conversation in the afternoon of day 2, and then we can spend all of day 3 working in Adobe Connect. I would just like to encourage you to think that these are not the only right answers. These are just some suggested answers.
So I have a question about, well, why is number 6 under tools, say more about GoToMeeting as a tool for a 1-year project on installing a financial.
Very good. So I'd like you to say more why you think that is.
I'm also wondering
GoToMeeting.
number 5 too.
Okay, so let's look at number 6. It says, which tool is more appropriate for a team working on a year-long project to install a new financial system? When you're installing a new computer system, anything, what are you doing a lot with the group? What is the primary thing you do all that whole time? Audio, yes, but there's a really important visual thing that you're doing. What's the really important visual thing that you're doing?
You're doing straw man and flow charts and all those kind of
project plan.
Yeah, you're doing project plan, you're doing flow charts, and then when you really get into the nitty-gritty of it, you're doing screen sharing. Because you're prototyping computer screens. And GoToMeeting and GoToTraining are far easier for screen sharing than Adobe.
Which we haven't experienced yet.
So with Adobe, the challenge with screen sharing is if I'm the person sharing the screen, I'm the facilitator, when I switch over to the financial system that I want to show you, my whole Adobe control panel goes bye-bye. I can't see any more chat, any more anything. And so the only way to do that would be to flip back and forth between those two, which is hard, not easy. But with GoToTraining or GoToMeeting, it's really designed for screen sharing. And my control panel stays there, and I can hide it and bring it back, and it's very, very easy.
We were just wondering though, in terms of Adobe Connect had a lot more, keep the meeting locked, so all the content a lot longer than you could with the other ones, so you can go back. That was
I mean like in files.
Yeah, so where leave off where you build, you know, if you're building something.
Adobe keeps your information forever.
Mm-hmm.
Does that happen with GoToMeeting? I didn't.
No.
Okay, so that was our thing.
Right, so with GoToMeeting, how it works is you have a meeting room, and then you want to stage everything that you're doing on your desktop. And people will see your desktop. And so this is a reason why if you use that tool, you want your desktop immaculate and nothing on it at all. And then just have the things staged that you're going to be showing.
They don't use any mouse pads with example. Actually, mouse pads are passé.
I think you've learned just about everything you need to know for
That's good.
For the
They
work
don't
today.
poop all over. So
Well, I agonized that we weren't here this morning, so this is good.
Yep. So let's move into the rehearsal.
To the what?
Rehearsal.
Okay.
Rehearsal for your workshop.
What are the consensus?
So it's on.
I have not gotten it.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
My emails.
Oh, here it is.
Yep.
Right here.
And I want to find out what they got as their
Okay.
conversations, so we can figure out which one you're doing.
see, it's hard. I have to open up. I'm getting my emails.
So I'm really glad it came.
The way they see
Others
you
seem
read
to
is
it.
I'm a producer, so I need to set up a meeting so I can mute people and give her control.
That helps.
Now she's got
That's
it.
what I'm
That helps a
trying
lot.
I'll
to
try again.
figure out.
See, I thought you were going to be the lead facilitator.
Well,
And then one more time.
Oh, I see what
so
you're doing. I thought you were waiting for me to come answer
I'm
questions.
thinking of the producer is doing the Excel spreadsheet, moving it.
Okay,
And you were
so your
talking,
person
and I was
changed.
gathering
You're my
data.
the technical person.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
like
what I
Sheila
was-
did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we, is that good?
Yes, that's good. That's real good. Okay, but let's find the script. I mean, there's gotta be a script somewhere.
There is, on page 191.
I'm getting closer. And so, what's, so you, I would have
And now you can
to,
actually start
turn you
typing
into, oh, you're
when
not
you
in
do
here
it,
yet. Did
take
you
away
get your
the
invite
cursor
and your
from
email?
the team.
Oh, and the other the other one that I would share with you is that you need this, as the producer, you have to have the script out in front of you. And I probably pushed yours back over in front of you to do
Well,
that.
we had two things going on here.
Mhm.
And so for me, the other screen would have one of those up there so that I see a screen with whatever our script is. I like the script up on a screen alongside my computer
Yeah,
screen.
and you operate with two screens a lot.
Yes, yes.
That's another one of the things that she has done for a long time is she took an old computer screen and turned it into a second screen and does that. Sheila and I always work hard to get our script on a single page, and then mine's always marked up. At the point we do the rehearsal, all the little changes and nuances and differences, all are marked up. You could see the one from this morning. It's very marked up. You asked for a copy of it. These two that are here in the book are very similar. They're the same format. We gave them to you very similarly for a real reason.
It's a good format for the future for any conversation.
Questions that anybody has related to the way this worked?
Yeah.
We're going to do another conversation after a break. Other questions related to Maestro, the way it works or didn't work, or
I would
the way
like
we
to
did
ask
this?
the group what was frustrating for you.
Oh, well, my other question was where were you the only one who could see the percentages? I was looking for where are those percentages?
You
It
should have
should-
been able. You should have
It
been
said,
able to see
we
it.
clicked broadcast, so it should have been that everyone saw them.
When we get
Oh.
back in again, we can show you. It's,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
It'll-
I didn't see them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it may have been.
But you can also not have them broadcasted, I
Yeah.
guess.
I know I have you in. Thank you so much, Super Kelly. You did wonderful. And Nadine, you are such a trooper. I don't have a special award for you, but I feel like you need one. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you made it.
Thrilled.
I'm gonna take your